Hey YouTube, I haven't done a video in a while. I've been sick. Life happens. I say this a lot. Try to be regular, and I don't know. I don't eat my fiber, so I don't make the videos. But I do have a lot to say with some quick updates, and that'll be that. Just to stay relevant. First off, Loaded Lions. Big news. They've kind of clarified what the teaser was. There's going to be a airdrop of the Loaded Lions Cubs NFTs. So there's a lot of excitement that this is finally a step in the right direction as far as what people want to see with the project rewards. The Cubs maybe sort of being similar to, again, still not quite the mutant serum that mutates the lions, but it's another form of generating a new NFT that possibly has use. Who knows what the Cubs will be about? But it looks like you're going to get a 1-to-1, Cubs per Lions. So if you hold multiple Lions, you should be airdrop multiple Cubs. So looking forward to that. Moving on, I kind of wanted to touch on the SCP mining that I've been doing. I started it just as a hey, this is another do-it-yourself mining project. Seems pretty relatively cheap to get into. And initially, I didn't have too much hope. It seemed to be very slow going about getting some space filled. And I gotta say, I'm actually kind of like moderately impressed with the steady increase in how much data I'm getting available to store. It's still not a lot by any means, but it has almost doubled since my last video. So, I don't think it's going to like keep doubling every month or whatever. I think it's probably just going to go up linearly. But if I keep seeing more data use coming in, then slowly my rewards should be going up as well. And I haven't sat down and done the math or anything, but for something that I'm just running as hey, what the heck, I'm GPU mining with this computer anyways, might as well rent out some storage space. It's kind of going pretty cool. I like it, so I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'll update if anything changes. But as of right now, I'm like, the change for me is like I'm kind of surprisingly happy with it. Flux, I've had some questions about with like the Flux node, Flux mining. I still have my Flux node successfully operating. I've gotten a couple payouts, relatively modest. It looks like it's about 5 Flux a week at this point, which for the headache involved is not really lucrative as far as rewards that you're getting. I would not recommend getting into a Flux node if you're in it for the rewards. It's kind of cool to get hands-on and get involved in that sort of a project, but as far as Flux being a successful project going forward, I absolutely believe they will be. I think it's, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. It's not financial advice, but I like Flux. I'm bullish on Flux. If you're bullish on Flux, it might just be easier to buy Flux. The market's down right now. And yeah, Flux node, maybe not. Flux mining, if you have GPUs lying around that you're not mining ETH with or something else, people are even going to Ethereum Classic. People are going to all sorts of alternatives, trying to prepare for that merge. Sorry, like I said, kind of still sick, but no, Flux. I'm looking forward to the future of Flux. Helium, a lot going on there. Rewards overall are down. I have a very, very zoomed out long-term approach with Helium, so I'm not stressing it. I think that in the long term, you have to expect rewards to always be going down is in terms of actual Helium amount, because there's always going to be more Helium hotspots coming online. and there's a set amount of rewards per day. So, I mean, you should just expect every day, even if the network is operating perfectly, which it isn't even close to right now. There's so many problems with Helium. You should, gaming, um, network errors, all that sort of stuff. But even in a perfect world, you should expect every day to wake up and see less Helium hitting your wallet because there will be more hotspots. So again, we're not in the perfect world scenario. We're just in a mess. It's a soup sandwich right now with the Helium network, and rewards are down. Most recently, the Deeper network has been banned for onboarding, which is really I'm laughing about, but it's very bad for Deeper. Even if it might not directly be Deeper's fault because they were responsible for the manufacturer that they got involved, which is the one that was found to be kind of gaming the network. I think it was ridiculous. I don't want to say anything completely wrong, but it was I want to say over 95% of the deeper Helium miners that were onboarded were gaming the network. So it was a pretty clear and egregious case. So the MOC banned their onboarding. And so, yeah, that doesn't look good for Deeper, which is also a project I'm involved in, if you remember. And yeah, well, hopefully going forward, Helium will be on top of the gaming. But besides that, Helium, I don't know. They're doing a lot of things right, and they're doing a lot of things that people see as questionable or not enough or wrong or whatever. But like I said, if I just zoom out, just real big picture, they are a unique project that I'm very happy holding long term and kind of ignoring this day to day price fluctuation of we're down or earnings is down or whatever the case may be. Because realistically, if you're seeing 20 cents a day in Helium rewards currently, and you're comfortable holding, and Helium does a 10, 100x, the 20 cents you make today might be a $2, $20, whatever, a day in the future, looking back. And so, yeah, do I have miners making pennies? Yeah. Am I stressing about it? No. Even at this rate, a miner that costs $300 to $900, the price point's wildly different depending on how you purchase the miner, how long you waited for it, etc. But I have all sorts of different price points for some of these miners, but whatever the price point is, it's still got a relatively strong break-even point. It's a year or under break-even is good for mining. So I've said my piece on Helium. I like Helium. People are a little salty. Patience, I guess. Let me know if I'm wrong. Moving on. Another project that's kind of painful to talk about, Planet Watch. Very painful to talk about, actually. There was a lot of hope early on that Planet Watch was going to be kind of like a Helium 2.0, a plug-and-play miner that was very affordable, good entry price, could get you a really, really fast break-even. Some people were breaking even in a month or two. If you were lucky enough to get your purchase price at $150 before Awair doubled it because they're trying to make money. Even if you bought at 300, there were people breaking even within a month or two because the rewards were very attractive. Now that went downhill really quick because they suspended the license. Awair has stopped streaming data because of some argument about the contract back and forth. There's a back and forth between Awair and Planet Watch about, this is a touch all on a lot of things. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the minutia of what the argument is. If you're interested, go look up some more videos on that. There's a ton of good ones out there. But basically, there's a disagreement between these two companies, and it's hard to say without knowing what the actual contract is. I think there's probably some sort of fault for each of them, to be honest with you. Just my hunch in life experience is there's, nobody ever really comes out of these things as the perfect party with no fault. But anyways, the whole project's kind of blown up with the Type 4 sensors. And there's currently a 30-day period where Planet Watch will be sending out 5 planets a day to license holders if you've already gotten your license up. There was a small period of time where they were trying to do this community-led movement to stream your data. That lasted like 2 days. I never even bothered with it. I knew it was too much of a headache for too temporary of a solution that didn't make sense anyways. I never even bothered to try because it just looked like all sorts of wrong. But yeah, that lasted like 2 days, and so they're giving out rewards for 30 days while they try to come up with another solution. At this point, I've been lucky enough to have already broken even. So if the project goes to zero, I bought a 3-year license, and I'm starting to really question as to whether or not 2 months from now this thing's going to be around. But luckily I broke even, so it is kind of just like, if it goes to zero now, I haven't really lost money on it, but it doesn't look good for the project going forward. Who knows? Maybe they'll come up with a creative solution out of their hat, or class action lawsuit. I don't know. We'll see. Pay attention to the space, and maybe you can get in on that class action later. So yeah, I think that's all the updates I had. Maybe I'll probably be disappearing again because I'll be traveling around a little bit. I don't have COVID, so I'm not spreading COVID around, and I am actually on the road to recovery health-wise, so I'm not actually planning on spreading anything around, but I'll be traveling around. I probably won't be able to make a video. If I'm really feeling frisky, I might go ahead and pre-tape some videos for some timed releases. Don't know how I feel about that, though, because they're going to be completely irrelevant to any current topics that are happening. So it would be just kind of a canned thing with no relevance. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think on it. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. If I ever get to 100 subscribers, I'll be able to give away 100 crow to someone lucky. So, yep.